our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects that are made up of combinations of more than one solid shapes. For example, this tube that you might have used in swimming pools and water parks is actually a cylindrical pipe with both its ends joined together. Also, this little treasure chest is a combination of a cuboid and half of a cylinder. Let's say we have a tower, okay, that is in the shape of a cuboid with a cone on top of it. Now, if we want to paint the walls of this tower, we need to know the total surface area of the shape, right? And for that, we need to know how to calculate the surface area of a cuboid and a cone. At the same time, if we have to fill up the treasure chest with sand, or we have to fill up a cylindrical tank with water, we will need to know the capacity of the chest or of the tank in question. And we can find that out if we know how to calculate the volumes of these shapes. So that's exactly what we are here and what we are going to learn in this chapter titled Surface Areas and Volumes. We have already learnt the formula to calculate the surface areas and volumes of various solid shapes like the cuboid, the cube, prism and so on. So before we move ahead with combinations of these shapes, do you think we need to revise the formula of surface areas and volumes of these solids? Well, let's have a look at all the formulae just for a quick recap. Here the shapes that we have are cuboid, the cube, the right prism, the right circular cylinder, the right pyramid, the right circular cone, the sphere and the hemisphere, which is nothing but half of a sphere. And we can see the formula to calculate the lateral surface area or the curved surface area, then the total surface area and the volume of all these shapes. Now, why don't you pause the video for a few minutes and note these down so that you have them with you when we are solving problems, okay? Now, using these formulae, we will solve a few real life problems. Are you excited to go? Okay, let's begin. Here, we have a vessel in the form of a hollow hemisphere on which a hollow cylinder has been mounted. The diameter of the hemisphere is 14 centimeters and the total height of the vessel is 13 centimeters. We have to find the inner surface area of the vessel. First of all, we will draw the figure of the given vessel as it has been described in the problem. We know that there is a hollow hemisphere and it has a hollow cylinder mounted on it. Now, the diameter of the cylinder and the hemisphere should be equal to each other, and this has been given as 14 centimeters. The total height of the vessel is 13, which means that the height of the vessel from the bottommost point of the hemisphere to the topmost point of the cylinder is equal to 13 centimeters. Of course, the height of hemisphere is the same as its radius, correct? So, we get the height of the hemisphere 7 centimeters, which gives us the height of the cylinder as the total height minus the height of the hemisphere, that is 13 minus 7, which is equal to 6 centimeters. This vessel that we have is basically a combination of two shapes. And what are these two shapes? You're right, they are the hemisphere and the cylinder. So, we will write down the given data for these shapes with respective notations. Let's start with the hemisphere and denote R1 as the radius of the hemisphere, while R2 will be the radius of the cylinder. Next, let H2 be the height of the cylinder, and so we have the data for the hemisphere is R1 is equal to 7 centimeters, while the data for the cylinder is R2 is equal to 7 centimeters and H2 is equal to 6 centimeters. Now, we need to calculate the inner surface area of the vessel. Since these are hollow shapes, we just need to find the lateral surface area or the curved surface area of two shapes, which are the cylinder and the hemisphere. So, first we will calculate the curved surface area of the cylinder. By the formula, we will get the curved surface area of the cylinder is equal to 2 pi r h. For the cylinder, we have the radius as R2 and the height is H2. Thus, we will write the curved surface area or CSA as 2 pi R2 H2. Substituting the values, we will get 2 into 22 by 7, which is pi, into 7 into 6. After cancelling out 7 from the numerator and the denominator, we get the CSA is equal to 2 into 22 into 6, which is equal to 264 square centimeters. Now the curved surface area of hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r square, and since the radius of the hemisphere is r1, we will write the curved surface area or the CSA of the hemisphere as 2 pi r1 square. On substituting the values, we will have CSA is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into 7 into 7. After cancelling out 7, we get the CSA as 2 into 22 into 7, which is equal to 308 square centimeters. So the inner surface area of the vessel is basically the sum of the CSA of hemisphere and the CSA of cylinder. This is equal to 308 plus 264, which is 572 square centimeters. That was so easy, wasn't it? So whenever we have an object that is a combination of 2 or more solid shapes, we simply have to break it down into the constituent solid shapes and apply the formula for these solid shapes to find the area of the volume for the given object. There are other kinds of problems in this chapter that are a little different from what we have studied, and we can easily tackle them if we just practice these sums. For that, you will have to wait for a bit because I will return with those problems in the next segment. Until then, keep practicing. Tutormate. For more amazing video lectures, download the free app on the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.